It's just past 1:30 a.m. UK time, and we seem to have entered a new era in human history, as if the gates of hell have begun to open, because I've just learned that Israel has attacked Iran. Explosions have been heard in Tehran. The Israeli spokesman Daniel Hagari has said that in response to provocations and attacks by Iran over the past several months, they've attacked military targets around Tehran. So what can we expect? A response, obviously, from Iran. We don't even know whether the Israeli attacks are continuing, how limited they are. We know that they're not, so far, attacking oil fields, oil facilities, or nuclear facilities in Iran. Apparently, the Americans told them not to do so. Apparently, there's a fear that, of course, a retaliation would be against oil fields amongst America's allies and Israel's nuclear facilities. You may recall that Antony Blinken was in the Middle East a few days ago, and I thought that was, well, just to butter up the Arab-American vote for the coming election. Not to really expect to achieve anything. In the same way, nothing has been achieved in relation to Gaza and Lebanon this year, despite Blinken's many, many visits. But it seems that he was due to stay in the Middle East longer than he did, but he left sooner than he was planned to leave and came to London. And it appears that he was informed about what was going to happen. Of course, the vast amount of ordnance that has been showered upon Gaza and Lebanon could not have been provided from within Israel's own stocks, nor could that which is now being put into Iran. American complicity and British and French complicity is up to the eyeballs in this. Some may say, well, this is justified to attack an enemy who's been provoking you. The Israelis say, well, from October the 1st, throughout October they've been facing attacks from Iran. And October the 1st, Iran did launch a lot of missiles at Israel, and the British and French Air Force, with the US Air Force, assisted in knocking most of those out of the sky, though quite a few got through into Israel. But prior to that, we had Israel destroying the Iranian embassy in Damascus and killing a lot of senior Iranians. So we can see this goes back a long way. But what the outcome is that Iran is going to reply. Then what will happen? We have an aircraft carrier strike force of the United States in the area. The Americans have deployed a THAAD anti-aircraft system, plus 100 US troops into Israel already for this eventuality. Iran has the Russians as an ally. These things never get contained. It may take time, but they go out of hand. This is a new era. Direct attacks between Iran and Israel. For us Catholics, from my viewpoint, Israel is not our friend. Iran is not our friend. Israel rejects Christ. Iran rejects the true Christ. Both insofar as they are religious, and of course Iran is officially religious. Israel is not officially religious, but part of its justification for existence is a religious one, though the Zionists were atheists. Both a massive rejection of the true Christ. And it seems they are the crucible. That area is a crucible for what may result in a Third World War. It seems that there's little to prevent an eventual escalation to oil fields, to nuclear facilities, and possibly Israel using its own nuclear weapons. The Russians, of course. The BRICS summit ended on the 24th of October. And in that summit, and that's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and other countries like Iran, to provide an alternative to the Anglo-American system. And Iran spoke of its special, deep strategic relationship with Russia. Well, as this escalates, it's hard to see how Russia cannot be involved. It's already seen how we have conducted ourselves in relation to Ukraine. Russia is not going to allow its ally to go under. How extensive can these airstrikes be of Israel? I can't believe that they're going to be limited, because they will want to hit every single means that Iran has to strike back. Iran is a vast country, over 20 million square miles. Israel can't do this on its own. So what's it betting on? It's betting on what it always wanted, to drag the United States Armed Forces into the conflict on its side so that it can finish off its nemesis. And that's what Iran is, its nemesis. If it can't do that, Israel is finished. But if it does bring the United States in, if the United States is so foolish as to join in this adventure, you can roll up Vietnam, Korea, the Gulf War, all into one, and they won't match the seriousness of the problems that will be created for the United States if they get sucked in by what is effectively a power which has major control over their country. And Britain, of course, will do what it's told. So let's hope that this doesn't go the way I'm so pessimistically saying I think it will go. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but the gates of hell have now been opened, and they will not be shut. It's like the gates of Janus' temple. Whenever there was war in ancient Rome, the temple doors would remain open. They would only be closed when there was peace. Well, I don't think the gates of Janus' door will ever be closed until Jesus returns now. And we're accelerating the process that leads to that denouement for human history. What can we do then? Only Catholics can really do something now. We look to the Pope to call us to prayer. The prayer must be focused on the Blessed Virgin Mary, the emissary of the Holy Trinity on earth for mankind. She's appeared so often, so many places, and often at times preceding huge conflict. We need her to appear. We need her to appear in places in the Middle East, supernaturally calling people to sanity. And we need to pray to Mary. Pray to Mary. No matter what Protestants say, they have to be forgotten now. Protestant sensibilities have to be simply put aside. We have to do what we know we must do. Call upon the Holy Virgin to save us. There's no alternative, and there's not much time left.